Okay, so we're here again for another day of meditations. This is meditation number 2, and I am going to entitle this meditation Life is Not a Game. All right, so once again, try and get yourself to a dark room free from noise and any kind of distractions. And let us conduct this meditation session. So I'll give you some time to get situated and to get into a room. Okay, so hopefully you found a suitable place to meditate. So, as far as the topic, life is not a game, I found this to be very, um, how could I say, very keen and very interesting and very noteworthy topic to meditate on. And the reason I say this is because I think we go through life each day and we lose track of reality, right? The reality of our surroundings, the reality of our predicament, and so forth. I even do it too, so I'm not perfect. But in some instances, it's very important to recenter yourself and understand what your true goals are and your true meaning is in life. The world around us is very dangerous. It's a dangerous place out there. And as stated before, sometimes I think we lose reality of this. Reality is lost. If you fully understood how dangerous the world is, you would severely alter your behavior. Meaning, there are activities that you would choose not to participate in, and also activities that you would definitely commence doing. I think I can give you some good examples. Obvious examples, too. Number one, you would not decide or determine to go into dangerous places, knowing what could happen to you. You would avoid these places. Number two, you'd stay away from drugs, knowing the danger it could do to your body, knowing the danger it could do to your community, and also seeing the danger it brings to everyone around you. And as far as things that you would start doing, you'd exercise more. Because exercise makes you feel better, makes you look better, makes you healthier. You'd eat better, right? Instead of eating junk food and so forth. So let's just take some time to ponder those concepts. I think the larger question is, why do we not see what the world truly is? What prevents us? What hinders us from looking at the world with clear, unvarnished eyes? It's very unfortunate that we look at the world maybe as we shouldn't, because ultimately it could be detrimental to us. Sometimes it's very disheartening to see how young kids throw their lives away and view life as unimportant. I think this is truly a detriment to all involved in society because children are the future and the future of our society. If we cannot nurture our kids, our society would then become bleak. So the question always becomes, what can we do to be better, become better, feel better? And I guess this is the reason that I am doing these meditation sessions. Obviously, it's vocalizing thoughts that come to me internally. However, I believe the true goal of individuals are to become, or is, are is, to become the best human beings we can be. So I pose this question to you. Now, understanding that life is not a game, how would you approach life? Would you approach it any differently? Can you approach it any differently? This concept ties in with my last session about Native Americans. It all ties together. And there is a reason I am touched so much by the concept of Native Americans, and that is due to our daily outlook on society as dual. And when I say dual, I mean either black or white. But there are other shades within society that's overlooked. And I believe if we focused on the overlooked aspects, it would provide further context on life and how to realistically view life. I am still on pause and meditating. You know, something just came to my mind about being blacklisted. It's a funny term. However, it may not pertain to our current conversation. So, continuing on with the concept of focusing on marginalized groups. And when I mean marginalized, I mean groups that are not talked about normally in the mainstream. So, not talking about black, not talking about white, not talking about Latinos, right? Let's just focus on Native Americans at this point. I am still on pause and meditating. So, alcohol is a major issue. Um, Many individuals are alcoholics and they ruin their lives from this. But many groups are alcoholics. So, not sure you can pin it on one group of people. I think what they all have in common is a love of the bottle. That's the common denominator. So think about that. Many different groups in love with the bottle. That is the common denominator. And obviously, drinking is fun for some, well, for many people. And many people get sick and die from it. So, so in the long run, it is not a good activity to engage in. Some say wine, right, is healthy. I guess a glass of red wine here and there. Um, I guess so. But in my case, every time I drink wine, I get a heavy, hot stomach. So I'm not sure alcohol goes with me. So thank God for that, because I think I could have been an alcoholic. So let's get back to the concept of life not being a game, and maybe how you should approach life. So here it is. Life, we are living beings. We do things every day. We work to make money. We survive. Some commit crime or crimes. Some live a healthy, prosperous life. Some go into the ministry, right? So there are many individuals today doing many things in life, but we all are living beings. I would like to also state, though, that I think sometimes the visuals that we get around us can falsely influence our behavior. Right? So, number one, I would highly suggest that you might want to stay away from certain types of media as much as possible. Because as we have seen before, media can cause individuals to behave irrational. So I will keep restating this back to the concept of life is not a game. Think deep, think hard. Life is not a game. If it's not a game, how should we approach it? I am still here meditating on that concept. Flashy cars come to mind. Yes, there are flashy cars in the world, but is that good or bad? Maybe not. I think what's important though is the concept of cars being able to transport people from point A to point B. So obviously, the functionality of it is awesome. It's good. It's great. Maybe that's how we should focus in on life. The things we're able to do and improve on, right? Instead of hype, distortions, and so forth. So, continue meditating. Continue to deep dig deep within yourself and find who you truly are as a person. More importantly, understand what the world is really like around you. I think when we start to think in those terms, you may feel lonely at some point. However, I view this as more of a withdrawal or a withdrawal symptom, similar to a drug abuser removing himself from drugs. So, again, with life not being a game, truly believe that we would keep our distance from many things, many people, many situations, and so forth, just for self preservation. Because, number one, if we think that life is dangerous, right, you would do anything and everything to keep yourself safe, right? And in some cases, that includes removing yourself from certain situations. And sometimes a divorce is what's needed, And sometimes a divorce would lead you to a more productive life, more productive and a happier life. So I fully am on board with the concept of divorce and divorces, whether it be marital divorce or um, figurative divorce from any hindrance that you may have. So, again, with life not being a game, how would you look at person A, person B, and person C in their face? What do you see when you look into that person's face? Person A, person B, and person C. Would you even look into that person's face, knowing now that life is not a game? I think you may not even want to look into that person's face at this point, or those individuals' faces, because it could bring or lead to catastrophes, right? So, as a method of self preservation, one may just want to avoid those instances or those scenarios and just go on and live a peaceful life. Peace is very good. Maybe that's what we need more of, peace. I can see that. And understand what true peace is. So I think that is it for our meditation session today. The topic was life is not a game, and how to look at life with a more realistic, in a more realistic viewpoint. So as we continue tomorrow, I think I will touch on this topic and other topics and hopefully expand more um, into more understanding. Okay, take it easy.